inside of his vehicle. He approached that vehicle. As he approached that vehicle, he was assaulted, battered by 3 individuals that hit him with objects. They battered him so bad that he was knocked unconscious, and also at the same time, his personal property was taken from him. I say this should be considered a hate crime too, and the reason being I say that because the individuals that committed this crime was too comfortable. The reason I say they was too comfortable because they may be from this area. They took the time to leave, then come right back as he laid unconscious, committed more bodily harm, and not only that to his body, but they also went through his pockets, took his wallet, his credit card, his personal property. Now that says a lot. It says a lot because you were too comfortable. Then you were too comfortable that you left the area, went to North Riverside Mall, went inside certain stores out there and started shopping, started buying shoes, started buying jackets. You were caught on surveillance video cameras there, and we also asked him that the neighbors around here, as we circulate these flyers out with your face and your pictures on there, which is crystal clear, that not only the neighbors give you up, but also your mother and your father should be the first one to give you up and apprehend you and turn you over to the Chicago Police Department. Second, I spoke with the victim. He's still in a lot of pain. He still has a lot of swelling. He's still suffering. He still has to be under hospital care, doctor care, to continue going to the hospital. But what we're asking is that anyone in this neighborhood on this block, once we circulate these pictures out and we put these pictures out, if you can identify the perpetrators in these photos, which is crystal clear, we ask that you give the Chicago Police Department a call, or either you give us a call at the call center, 1-800-883-5587. This was a vicious attack at 8 o'clock in the morning. Could have happened to anyone. But we can put the photos out, we can put the surveillance out, but it's up to his family to give the Chicago Police Department and turn this individual in. It's up to this nice, quiet community as we circulate these flyers, if you can identify these perpetrators, because they were too comfortable in their attack. How many people have become victims to this violence of these individuals? How many times have we put pictures out of individuals that committed this crime? We need help. The neighborhood need help. Chicago Police Department need help. You made a bad choice. You did bodily harm to him. Not only bodily harm, but you committed a fraud inside the mall by using this gentleman's identification and information, his credit card. Don't know how much was spent, but I'm going to be asking the federal, you be charged on a federal level, because see, you use this credit card. And as I spoke to the victim, he just don't want you to get a slap on the wrist. He want to follow this to the fullest. Felony charges all the way. And if you were juveniles, and I'm going to say it again, if you were juveniles, this should be a felony. You should be charged as an adult because you left this individual on the streets for dead as he laid unconscious. Then you come back. No matter what race, creed, or color you are, you just don't beat an individual till he's unconscious. So when you put your hands on an individual, on a human, no matter who they are, I'll be out here. And if I got your picture, then guess what? I'm going to circulate it to every home, put it on every card here, and hopefully not only this community, everybody can put your picture out on social media across the United States until you are apprehended. I'm putting the family members. Take a look. If you're planning on leaving Chicago, to the family members that don't even stay in Chicago, ask him or her, why are you really here? And you ain't seen them in a while. Ask them, why are they visiting you? Find out. Check with the Chicago Police Department. Check with your family in Chicago. Just really find out why your loved one is really there, if they haven't even been to see you in a while. Find out. Because if this individual is tracked to your home and they find out that he's been there for a while and you knew about this, You may also wind up in court yourself. To the individuals, your fingerprints are everywhere. Your identification is everywhere. Save your family the trouble. Save your mother and father the trouble. Just simply turn yourself in. Your picture's out here crystal clear.
Andrew, did they say anything to the victim? Was there any indications that they were, I mean, did anything interact? I know they were in his car to begin with, but any interaction between them, or did they just start assaulting him?
Well, he did approach his vehicle. And of course, anyone that's approaching their vehicle and see someone in their vehicle, they're going to say something, regardless. Even though to be on the safe side, they're asking that if anyone is in your vehicle, just call 911. But, you know, some people, they see their vehicle, they see somebody in there. They don't want their vehicle stolen. But at the same time, there were some exchange of words as they were getting out of the car. They did assault him. They did beat him. They did hit him with objects. He did try to defend himself. But at the same time, you know, 3-on-1, and then he's getting hit in the head and, you know, suffering a concussion, and he's in a lot of pain. So I'm talking with him back and forth on the phone just to try to lift his spirits because, you know, he's in a healing process right about now, and he's in a lot of pain.
And was that surveillance video, was that a pod camera that caught it? Was it a neighborhood camera? Because it was pretty good video.
Well, to not impede the investigation, it may have been a pod or it may have been neighbor's camera, but we are asking for all of the video and anyone that has video over here just to simply turn that in, and that would come out in court, and the detectives and the state's attorney will display that and put that out there, you know, not the direct people who put the video out or gave the video. My heart goes out to them for giving up the video because this could have been their loved one. But the video from North Riverside Mall helps improves a lot because that video is crystal clear too. I mean, you going shopping like that was your money, like that was your credit card. You coming out with those bags of clothes. How long were you wearing before you apprehended?
Andrew, who found the victim? You said he was unconscious.
Well, you know what? There may have been, I don't know offhand, but someone probably from the neighborhood or probably riding through, seen the victim laying down. I couldn't answer that, but whoever called 911, I appreciate them calling 911. If you was out here assisting that individual, we thank you for that. We just asking for a lot of assistance from the community here to call 911, call the detectives, or either call us at the 1-800 number and give up that information. And reason I go back again that I'm saying that they may be from the neighborhood because they was too comfortable. Usually when you commit a crime, you commit that crime, which you know you wrong, then you out of here, you gone. But to come back real quick the second time, you were too comfortable because you wouldn't come back. You would be gone figuring, hey, someone's seen us, someone's calling 911, but you was too comfortable and you came right back where that gentleman was laying down at, so you were somewhere close.
And police said his car was later stolen.
Yeah, his car was taken too. I believe his vehicle may have been taken when they came back around, or may have been taken when they beat him the first time. That is unclear, but I do know his vehicle was taken.
Was it recovered, the vehicle?
That I do not know if that vehicle was recovered.
And were they armed with guns?
Well, it hadn't came out that they was armed with weapons or guns or not, but we do know they had some objects. So 9 times out of 10, that may come out later on too. A lot the Chicago Police Department detectives would not put out here not to impede the case, but they have solid video. They have crystal clear. That's why I say relatives, you ought to be the first one. Hey, he's here. And if they went to school, schoolmates, classmates, turn them in. Most important, I want the home monitoring to check for home monitoring who was out of range. Whether they in juvenile court or in adult court, look at the pictures. Compare the pictures in the database. Because, see, if you was too comfortable with doing this, then you done committed some crime somewhere else before, and you might be in that system.
And just about the hate crime, you mentioned, you know, just could you elaborate on why you feel this was potentially a hate crime or should be investigated?
Well, I say it should be investigated as a hate crime because he was an African American, and you came back. If you didn't come back, what was your reason for coming back? If it was an African American did this to a Hispanic, and you as an African American came back and re-beat this Hispanic, then guess what? I think it was a hate crime. You know, I'm not sugarcoating it because he's an African American, but if that was a Hispanic beat down there and you was an African American did that, whatever race you was, and then you come back and re-beat him and re-rob him, I think you had hate on your mind. Even though it was hate anyway, it don't matter what race, creed, or color he was or she was, you had hate when you committed the crime in the first place. You know, if this was an African American did it to an African American, then guess what? You had hate on your mind. That was a hate crime to me. If you was African American, do it to African American. We got so many African Americans shooting African Americans right now today. That's hate to me. That's a hate crime. You know, we can't look at it as, you know, okay, he's black, he's white, he's Hispanic. When you look at it as a whole, that's a hate crime. Because you hate me. You shot me. You robbed me. No matter who you are, you committed hate. And all of it is hate crime. Black on black crime. Hispanic on Hispanic. Whatever race you is. Why did you shoot that man? Why did you rob that man? Why did you do this to this female and that woman? That's hate. That's hate crime. You know, no matter how they look at it.
Did the victim have anything they wanted the people of Chicago to know? I mean, I know he works kind of in a city organization, so I mean, it can't look good that he's a victim of horrible.
He elaborated that, you know, he does not want this to happen to anybody else. He wants them apprehended. He wants them arrested. He's going to press charges. He's going to be in every court appearance there. I told him I would be with him. We're going to do the best that we can. You know, we're just trying to get these individuals, get them arrested. Most important, he don't want them to walk in court and walk out of court, the way things have been going. Because, see, if you're going to get tough on crime, you got to stop spitting it out your mouth, and you got to start rolling up your sleeve and being tough. That's from the judges and everybody else. Because no one in this neighborhood should have to walk and come out and be fearful and looking around and somebody's in their car or somebody's going to rob them. They need to come in this neighborhood and know, guess what? It's a strong, connected neighborhood. They stick together. And each and every block should be that way in this city. We stick together. You walk this block, we don't know you, we see you doing something wrong, guess what? You are going to get turned in. We are going to call the police. And we are going to support and go to court as advocates to make sure we make a strong statement to that judge and that state's attorney. Look, not only with this crime, with every crime in the city of Chicago, we want you to start rolling up your sleeves and quit finger pointing. We want justice. And that's just about it. So I'm just going to put these flyers out in the doors, on the cars, in the stores, and just hopefully someone can recognize these three individuals. And not only these three individuals, you know anything else about any other crime that the Chicago Police Department needs to know about or be aware about, or anybody that they're looking for, simply help us out. That call center number is 1-800, you tell us, 1-800-883-5587, or simply you can call the Chicago Police Department at 312-746-8251, and you can also remain anonymous.
And what is the message for the community who are scared to speak out with the police? What you can tell them?
Well, you know, the community can be anonymous when they call. They don't have to give their name. They don't have to give who they are. They can just give the information if they have that information, the person's name or where they stay. They don't have to really get involved with putting themselves out there, putting their face out there, putting their address out there. They can just call and give that information and remain anonymous. That still makes the community strong. Still make them a strong community. Yep. So I'm going to start circulating these flyers. Yes, ma'am.
No, let me get up.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes, ma'am.